I woke up on Friday expecting to see the reworked Enforcer tree and judge if it was better or worse than the current one. However, being Australian, I forgot that it was coming on Saturday, not Friday, so I was surprised when I saw this new update. The Hardcore Henry cross promotion. The content is being released in 2 stages, starting with the character pack now and releasing some heists on the 31st. So I figured I would release my own jolly opinions in 2 separate videos. So the Jimmy character pack comes with the usual stuff you'd expect from a character pack. A character, a perk deck, a weapon, a melee, and some masks. So let's talk about Jimmy. Jimmy is the first character in a while that doesn't try to reach a new ethnic demographic. Jiro was Japanese, Soko was Russian, Dragon was Croatian, Chloe was Irish, you get the picture. However, Jimmy is voiced by the actor Sharlto Cobley, who is South African, but Jimmy doesn't really sound South African. I can't quite figure out what he's supposed to be. Like, his lines seem like they would fit an Australian heister, since they contain a lot of mates and cunts and fuckers, but he's certainly not Australian. Hey, wait a minute. What's this? Right, I'll stay on track. We can talk about the promised content later. Even though I swear they said it was going to get released in the first quarter of 2016, but we'll talk about that later. Jimmy is just your average coke-addicted violent heister. If you couldn't tell just by looking at him, then that's not flour, you know. His pager responses are pretty average. I kinda chuckle at them. Apparently he has some violent ones, but you know, I haven't heard them and the rest of them are pretty tame. Because, as you can imagine, subtlety is not his strong suit. He likes to go in loud, yelling fucking cloaker, cunt fucker, and shit like that. It is really funny hearing I got the sniper cunt, but I couldn't help feel that it would be better suited to an Australian heist dice. Yeah, brought it up again. Jimmy is alright, let's just put it at that. He doesn't get annoying like a certain Nippon savvy heister. To keep up with all that cocaine, it's a hell of a drug, Jimmy needs a fast weapon. The Heather submachine gun, available as a standalone secondary or a bimbo primary. Is this the first bimbo SMGs in the game? Yeah, here it is. Oh shit, yeah, let's go have a fucking party! Wait, where's my ammo? Yes, bimbo SMGs tear through ammo like a certain crack addict tears through my fucking patience. There isn't too much to say about the bimbo SMGs. They are fun to use, but they are horribly ammo hungry and they need quite the investment to make them worthwhile. They aren't affected by pistol skills, but they are affected by SMG skills. Well, you know, that one skill hiding up in tier 3 of Ghost. You're gonna want the faster reload speed, otherwise you're gonna have a bad time. It has a lengthy reload time, and it reloads often. The standalone version is actually much nicer. You can get it up to 26 concealment, meaning you can take it for stealth without a hitch. The gun itself is actually really nice. I love how it looks and the detail on it, but it does bug me that the front hand looks like it clips through the gun, but it isn't, I think. It's the inspect animation makes it look like the left hand comes out of nowhere, but you can tell it actually comes, you can see it come, it's just, you have to be looking for it, and I don't know, it really bugs me. It's just so fast. Overall, nice gun. Can be used for a lot of different things. Such a shame that the bimbo version isn't so crash hot. So then, how about the bimbo specialist knives? I mean, there's 2 of them. Surely this will be the game changer, disrupting the very fabric of the meta. Well, no. They're exactly what you'd expect from another melee weapon. It's just another melee weapon. I thought that since there was gonna be 2 of them, it would kinda be at least kinda fast. But no, it's not. So yeah, it does like 30 damage. That's not gonna kill anything. But who knows, maybe the skill tree rework will include some cool melee skills and make them a viable method of killing in the game. But probably not. So then finally we get to the core of the content, the Maniac perk deck. This is gonna be a tough one. So, 40% of the damage you deal is converted into something called Hysteria. That's the white inner circle on the player. You can only gain 240 Hysteria every 4 seconds, and it caps out at 600. However, Hysteria decays at 400 every 8 seconds. So far, that means nothing at all. Basically, for every 25 Hysteria built up, you gain a 1.5 damage absorption. However, your teammates get 1 damage absorption. So Maniac is a support deck, which means it gets grouped in with Crew Chief and Gambler. But hey, wait a minute. What the fuck is damage absorption? Doing the maths, you can only get 36 of it. That doesn't sound like much. These are good questions, but no one really has a solid answer yet. It can't be extra armor, because you can clearly see your armor and health damage while you have it. The blue stuff is the damage absorption, if you couldn't tell. So it's safe to assume it's a percentage reduction of incoming damage. So 36% of damage is negated for you, and 24% for your teammates? Assuming you can keep your Hysteria at its peak? Good luck with that. This is a classic case of it looks good on paper. Kill enemies. Gain damage reduction. Keep killing to maintain. I can't figure out whether or not Maniac was built for suit or armor play. There's no restrictions on it, like with Grinder or Crook, but if it's a percentage reduction, it should work better with larger pools of armor and health, because 36% off of any attack is still going to break suit's 20 armor, so then the reduction would only benefit the health damage you get as a suit player. Crew Chief, that perk deck that no one uses, is a good perk deck to start making comparisons. Maniac gives up to 36% damage reduction to the user and 24% to the team in the best possible situation where the user is constantly dealing 240 damage every 4 seconds. Crew Chief gives 16% damage reduction to the entire team if there is a single hostage, and 24% to the user if the user is under 50% health. Oh, and the user also gets 20% more health and 10% more armor, whilst everyone on the team gets 10% extra health, 5% extra armor, 50% extra stamina, and up to an additional extra 20% health and 40% stamina if there's 10 hostages. It is almost comedic drawing comparisons. Maniac can give 12% more damage reduction than Crew Chief, but at the cost of infinitely more work. I mean, how hard is it to keep one hostage on the map? Maniac offers nothing else. No extra dodge, no extra health, no extra armor, and most importantly, no way to regenerate health. So unless you're running Hostage Taker, you're gonna be in for one hell of a ride. Or you could have someone running Gambler to give you health regen. And here is pretty much where we can draw a conclusion. If the support deck heavily relies on support itself, then it simply isn't worth it. A Gambler can give you health and ammo back, but what you're giving back with Maniac isn't enough, and you'd probably might as well just be running Gambler at that stage because it is overall better, especially the more you have in the team. Now I've rambled long enough about Maniac. What's left to talk about? Oh yeah, fucking the masks. I didn't actually get them. I don't think they're part of the loot table for some reason. Sort of like the GSPS shotgun mods when the Goat Simulator heist was released. That about does it for the Jimmy character pack. I mean, it was pretty mediocre, but character packs usually are. Now we're just gonna see what the heists are like. And I hear there are gonna be some Russian enemies. Not just mobsters, but most likely reskins of murky water enemies. But we'll find out soon enough. Also, they're gonna be free. So, catch you guys in the next one.